Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you some great easy canning recipes if you're a beginner. I'm Jenny and I blog at The Domestic Wildflower and I help beginners get started with homemade foods and crafts. And in this video I'm going to share with you 9, I think, easy canning recipes that are fast, simple, and perfect if you're brand new or this is like your first couple seasons getting started. So in the blog post, Easy Canning Recipes on my blog, The Domestic Wildflower, I share first one of my free resources that you can jump into if you're interested. It's the free Canning Basics course. In that resource, you can sign up and I'll just send you little easy lessons in your email inbox. And it helps you understand the most common obstacles that I see beginners struggle with. The first recipe on the list in the blog post that I share is peach sauce. So everybody knows applesauce, right? But peaches make wonderful peach sauce. They're naturally super sweet, high in acid, fast, so delish. And I share some really great super smart tips like using a blender and how to sweeten it without any added sugar. So that's a great one on the list. Raspberry jam is probably the fastest recipe I have on my entire site, which makes it so great for beginners. So it just feels like you've accomplished your goal immediately. Also a mixed berry jam. Like I know when I go to a U-Pick with my kids, like what's in my bucket is like everything. There's marionberries, there's blackberries, there's raspberries, there's golden raspberries, there's everything, right? So mixed berries, the mixed berry canning recipe is a good one. There's the basics awesome applesauce recipe. This one has variations in the recipe, so you could have nothing but apples. You can spice it up with maple syrup, cinnamon, other spices, and I also link to the best jars that I think are just so great to grab and like eat in the car or just serve to your kids without having to spoon it into a bowl for them. It's really, I feel like family friendly. Um, Spiced pear butter, super simple. Pears, so delish, so sweet, easy. It's a great beginner recipe. There's my strawberry jam recipe. Strawberries are also a great beginner friendly recipe and they're naturally super high in acid. All these recipes are just really great for beginners, but strawberry jam is a great one. And it's so pretty and giftable. Like, I think that's a good one too. It's fun to share that one. Tomato jam. Tomato jam isn't like a jam, it's more like a condiment. Like think savory and balsamic vinegary, and you can put it like on top of like an everything bagel with cream cheese, or on a turkey sandwich when tomatoes are out of season and the tomatoes in the grocery store are mealy and have no flavor. This is a great recipe that just really takes your pantry up a notch. It's delish and super simple. Lime cherries. It's like not much other than cherries and lime juice and a few other things. It's super simple and it's a great like whole fruit for snacking or for adding to salads or adding to cocktails or just pouring on top of a cheesecake. It's really good. Pickled carrots. I love pickling carrots because they always are crisp. Pickling cucumbers takes a little finesse to keep them really crisp, and you have to get really good cucumbers to start with. Pickled carrots. Carrots, you can buy good quality carrots all over for pretty inexpensive, and pickled carrots are crisp and tasty and salty and just vinegary and wonderful. Super beginner friendly. And then at the bottom of the post, I link to a few of my best loved beginner friendly resources, like how to use a steam canner. Steam canners are pots that make canning faster. They're awesome. I use them exclusively, and I link to a post that tells you more about them. I also link to a post where I share the best canning jars for beginners. Like if I could go back, which ones I wouldn't get and which ones I would tell you to get for sure. A post about, do you need to use pickling salt? Like what the heck is pickling salt? Why is it called pickling salt? Do you need to get it? What happens if you forget the lemon juice? Lots of canning recipes call for lemon juice, and I accidentally left it out of a salsa recipe once. And I knew it after it was too late, and I just set it up on the shelf and waited to see what would happen, and then I blogged about it. You can see what happens and how to identify the creepy crawlies that are growing in the jar, which won't happen unless you forget the lemon juice. But it's a super valuable post, I feel like. Do you need to simmer your canning lids? This is such a good one because I see people doing it, and people do it because they think it's the right thing to do. They think like their mama does it, their grandma did it, they see someone else doing it. You can still buy the lid lifters. All kinds of companies sell these little magnet lid lifter things. Are you supposed to be simmering your canning lids? Spoiler alert, no, you're not supposed to be. It's a waste of time. You don't have to. Ball Canning hasn't required it for their lids since the 60s. But I linked to a post in this long post of recipes in case you want to read more about that. And I also linked to a post about how to adjust your altitude when canning, so you can just add enough time so that your processing time is long enough based on your altitude in the atmosphere. And then finally, I linked to the Canning Jumpstart Guide. So that Canning Jumpstart Guide is full of visual guides to help you see step by step what happens when in the canning process, and it's an awesome resource. I think it's really beautiful and helpful. Affordable, low commitment, great first canning resource for you. But you can definitely find this easy canning recipes blog post on my blog, The Domestic Wildflower, and I hope you check it out. It's a great post full of great recipes that I know you would love to make and share with your family and friends.